This week, I had the opportunity to make a new set of gear for Leon Slater that's going to debut on TNA's Bound for Glory. And it's one of my favorite types of gear to watch, a kinetic piece, something that moves when they move. Think Ultimate Warrior's armbands or Macho Man Randy Savage jacket tassels or Superman's cape for that matter. And I didn't expect to have so much gear on TV so soon. So that's been such a privilege to be able to do. And I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I've had so far. So ride along with me. I'll show you how I did it. Let's go. Let's get into it. Adobe Illustrator here, setting up my files for my heat transfer vinyl. Changing the colorway, getting some graphics ready. This is Clo 3D. Mocking up the graphics here so I can see how they all work together. Make sure all my proportions are right. This is a sublimated polyester fabric. And I'm spraying it to a nylon spandex liner here. It's a little slinky, a little thin. Thought it'd be, was hoping it'd be a little thicker when it was all finished up, but it seemed to work out pretty good. Cuts like butter. This is a metallic pin dot spandex nylon. It looks wet, but it ain't. Got my white heat transfer vinyl here on that black spandex. Got a little heat and bond to give it some body, make it easy to trim out, and then iron on to these flat pieces later on. Pretty satisfying. Settling in with an audio book here. Part 3 of the Wool series by Hugh Howey. Got some purple metallic pin dot here. I like the pin dot metallics, are pretty fun. They look good on TV. Put some white heat transfer vinyl on here. I'm trimming right up to the vinyl because I'm gonna stitch right on that vinyl there. I like the way that looks. Here we got some medium weight interfacing and a layer of heat and bond webbing, like a glue webbing. I'm laying it up on some of that purple, some of the black there, and some white PVC for the little borders. I got some black heat transfer vinyl on there as well. Trimming that out. Those are my little borders on the flags. Pressing everything together here, making sure that it's all nice and straight. Got my template. Made a sandwich this time of the finished fabric on both sides of the flag, so it looks cool when they flip up. Their camo underneath. Stitching everything down with a real dense zigzag, but it's kind of small. Fits right inside that vinyl outline. I stitch right up on the edge here of this camo fabric. Leave a little bit of the camo sticking out, but there is a straight stitch right along the edge there, and I'm trimming right up against it. It's a beautiful rainy Kentucky afternoon. Yeah. Look at all that delicious stitch work.
Nice. Any
Yeah.
words for that?
Delicious.
Was the word?
Darn tootin'. Woo-wee. Alright, here's the big piece for the leg. I got a big paper template that I cut on my vinyl cutter. And I'm using this chalk pencil here to kind of trim it out so I know where to lay all of my vinyl, because I had to cut the vinyl in separate pieces because it only comes on a 12-inch roll. So we have like 6 individual pieces here I had to line up, and then spent like a half an hour trimming this out. Pretty fun, actually. Houston's shooting cinematic mode. Now, since this has heat and bond on it, you can just lay it on the table and just kind of tack it in place with my iron, and then I will put this in sections in the heat press later and press it all down. You know, sewing this zigzag around this edge on this really slinky polyester fabric, I had to go back and press the stitches afterwards to get them to relax. It gets a little wobbly just from the tension from the stitches, so it's nice to go back and kind of press it all back down and really relax those stitches so it lays nice and flat. It's a little extra work, but it's worth it. A little bit of that perfectionism kicking in here, making sure that the flaps are real nice and even. I went and marked everything out with chalk, and then used some double stick tape here to kind of put everything in place while I get ready to stitch it down. Again, just a really nice, wide, dense zigzag here is all it takes to hold these in place. And you know, I think the world's strongest man could probably pull on these and they're going to stay in place. Ooh, got new sublimated tags. Putting that on the inside of the waistband there, so when it folds over, it shows up on the hip on the inside. Using a 4-thread overlock stitch for all my seams. Laying my waistband out. I like to sew the waistband together first and then mark quarters on it and kind of lay it out on the pants so you get a nice even scrunch. Here's another one of those little extra mile things that I like to do. It's just a little piece of vinyl, upholstery vinyl. I kind of glue it in there and then stitch it on the inside of the waistband so when it folds over it's on the inside, so when the drawstring goes through it doesn't add any tension to the fabric or stretch the fabric out. It's reinforced. This is a casing stitch. Gives the drawstring a channel so it can't flip over onto the other side of the elastic inside the waistband. Just making belt loops here. I just use a piece of fabric with some medium weight interfacing and some heat and bond, and I kind of fold them over and press them down, and then I cut my strips after I sew everything. Cut my lengths and then kind of glue them in to the inside of the waistband to hold them in place so I can stitch them down. Come on, Beacon. Let me get that sponsorship, bruh. It's expensive. Here it is, the beauty shots. All done. Proud of this. It turned out really nice. I think the colorway is cool. I think they'll look really good under the lights and on camera. Got that kinetic action, man. Thanks for sticking around this long if you're still here. Um, Great set, great gear, great dude. It's a good time.